Welcome back. Parse Productions here, the back half of the first round. Earth Day at the Preserve. It was a fun time. We had a gorgeous day, even a little warm out for these guys. Myself, Ben Kroll, here commentating with
Derek Sahr, and I am excited. These guys are putting on an absolute putting clinic.
Yes, they are. Louis off to a really good start. Got the first few holes. Had one bogey in there, but really came back strong here. I don't know if he's gotten a par yet.
I don't think so. You're right.
Here we are. Hole 10, 314 feet. This is a little tricky angle here. At 314 feet, slightly uphill. I say it takes closer to a fairway driver to really get to this hole, but you don't want it to tail off because it's really going to push left if you're not getting all the way there. And Louis throwing the forehand, if you have it, I suppose, it plays into the green really nice.
Yeah, you're right. It's more uphill as Louis parks it. More uphill than you think. I'd say it plays closer to about 330 to 340 because it's flat for a long ways, and then it kind of is like a dome is where the basket is. And that path you do see there's no OB there. If you just lands on it, it's safe.
And the course doesn't have a ton of elevation, but I do feel like Cale used it very well for what he does have.
Oh, correct.
Because this is a tricky angle to hit. Definitely makes you have to work for this birdie. Paul, with the distance he has, probably can just throw a mid-range into this hole.
That looked like a rock, maybe.
Mm-hmm. And 25 feet, well within his range. I think Mitch has been throwing this M2 very well, so he's just going to keep going with it. I've seen him go back and forth between his fairway and mid on this hole as well. It's just one of those things where if you're throwing a disc well that day, keep going with it. That last tree, he would have been parked without that hit.
I think that's a good point. Sometimes you come in with a game plan and you have, I'm going to throw this disc on this hole, but if that one disc is working for you and it is in your wheelhouse, I do the same thing. I go for it with that disc that's been working.
Yep, I've been doing that more and more as well too. Like you said, it's hard to go away from your game plan, but those in-game changes mean everything. So you see those geese messing with Shasta, and he throws gorgeous looking shot.
Spectators were allowed out here, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. Maybe they bought a spectator cast. We'd have to ask Cale about those geese there.
Yeah. Maybe they're just unauthorized. Mitch looked like he got on his front foot a little bit, didn't get the disc up like he wanted.
And the humidity definitely playing a factor at this point. As you see him blowing on his hand, just trying to keep the hand dry. I'm sure you'll see some birdie bags, whale sacks, you name it, chalk.
Yeah. I also think Paul's really good at keeping his breath, taking that deep breath before he takes a shot, before he takes a putt. Maybe that's also part of his game too. But it was very warm today. That one might stuck to his hand.
Some squirrel doesn't want Louis to make this putt.
Just working him.
Louis on it. He's feeling good. He's on his pace.
Yeah. Paul, little work left here. Should be routine for him. And Shasta should be tapping in his birdie look here.
It's such a beautiful property. It's so cool to see what Cale and all the other volunteers that helped put this course in, what they did with the property. Like you were saying, they don't have a whole lot of elevation to work with, but they did an amazing job with what they had.
Yep, for a golf course, being open fairways, it's not tight wooded, but he makes you throw lines out here.
And shout out to Shasta's Shorts. It could be a company name, Shasta's Shorts, Those things are sweet. Louis pulling away a little bit. But, everybody's right on the tail and got a little bit of golf left. Hole 11, 196 feet. It is a shorter hole. I like to play the backhand with a putter or a mid-range, kind of anteing just before these trees right here, and a pretty similar green to the last hole as well, where it just plays uphill right at the end. I do see some wide forehands also, but it's tough to get all the way up there doing that.
And it's got later in the season, these branches continue to leak further and further into the hole. Wow.
That's a bump. Come on.
Just a
Oh my.
gets the band.
He called it out of his hand too. Dead center on that band. Yeah, even like a slightly stable putter, get it working out at the end so it doesn't cut in the hill too hard. Again, 195 feet, you really want to get it, but it's not as simple as you think it is. See if one of these other guys can put it in the hole. I'll let Louis show him the line.
Yeah, that would have been so cool to see an ace.
And as always, want to thank our sponsors, OTB Disc, Gotta Go, Gotta Throw, Social CBD, and Hammock Gear. Again, without your guys' support, we wouldn't be having this coverage. Wouldn't be able to let you guys in on these sweet events like this.
And usually this hole gets a little bit of left or right wind as well, so it's helping the disc finish right. Paul looks like he pulled it a little early. Oh, never mind. Don't listen to me.
He got a little close to that tree line.
Yeah,
but,
he did. A little bit close.
He never touched it. So
Yeah.
it was fairway the whole way. Center cut.
I expect Mitch to be doing the same thing.
Yeah, he's had a couple of close putts here last few holes, so want to see him get his game going. And that's fighting.
Oh, yeah.
Fight?
Yeah, maybe circle's edge, 25 feet. There's
Yeah.
That's a Mitch.
There's that smirk. That's
And like
amazing.
Louis, did it fight? Mitch? Yeah.
Let's go, Mitch.
Yeah, let's get that putt up just a little bit here. He's been just on the front cage the last few putts. Yeah.
Mitch.
Yeah. Yeah, you can hear that wind just ripping right now.
Mm-hmm.
He likes the wobbles a little.
Yeah. But I bet he was in his head telling himself, don't leave it short, Mitch. Don't leave it short, Mitch. And lo and behold, hits the putt. Dead center. Louis just cleaning up.
Respect.
Nice little star frame for the group here. That should be expected on a 195-foot hole.
Yeah, super straight. You can see the basket the entire way. And here, that's Louis' band shot. Not talking about the rubber band holding his man bun in, but the band on the basket.
Yeah, he's got that COVID cut going. I haven't cut my hair yet either since things got a little crazy in March. Letting it flow. Here we go, hole 12, 395 feet, and I believe it's all of that 395, if not a little more. Takes a big shot to get here. Got a few stumps here, and the basket's actually on one of these last stumps. So a little elevation to this. If you get it turning over, you're gonna hit into the tree line. So you gotta be careful, or you're not ripping over something understable. But you definitely want to get something that can glide.
Yeah,
Didn't look like Louis quite hit that the way he wanted, but man, that thing just went.
I feel like you get a little bit of ground play as well on this hole. I just feel like the disc skips a little bit more on this hole. I don't know if it's because the sun hits it all day or what, but get a little bit of skip action forward.
I even think I saw Derek Sahr throw past this hole with the backhand.
Yeah, that is right. That was right before. That was right after I think Riley threw on you guys.
Yeah, I believe it was. Absolutely.
Always let the card tee off ahead of you, everybody. Don't be a Riley Brenner on that one.
Yeah, there's a tee pad about 3/4 of the way up, right at the end of the sidewalk there. You can see it on the left side, right past the basket. Looks like Shasta came just a little short there. Might have a jumper at it.
Yeah, his flight looked really good, though. It was perfect. Just needed a little bit more power is all. And a man who will get the power to get it there.
Yeah, Paul.
Jeez.
He's not even trying to get any left or right on that disc. He's just trying to throw a hyzer.
Never do it too hard.
Yeah, it's just a 400-foot hyzer shot, man.
Yeah. Very good shot. 25 feet. Mitch out with that D2 again.
Come back. Come back.
Yeah, pin high.
Yeah, he's got a jumper.
Mm-hmm.
Right in his wheelhouse.
Yeah, all these guys, pretty great shots, honestly.
Oh my God.
Those are the ones that hurt the most, that's for sure.
You know, he's made the adjustment though, where he was missing low on a lot of the earlier putts, and now he's made the big putt last hole and missing a little high there is probably what he wants to see, even though he did miss.
Yeah, that's why it hurts so much, though.
Yeah,
you make the adjustment,
you're right.
right, and Louis following suit there, hitting that top band. See if Shasta can't make the adjustment, square it up. Again, this is an elevated basket, so it's a little tricky.
Yeah, Shasta.
Good adjustment there.
Had that little stump in his way, too.
Nice. Yeah, it looks beautiful. It's fresh.
I think there's a mushroom growing out of it, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Really good angle here from the cameraman. Solid work. Solid putt.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful, too, by Shasta there.
Mm-hmm.
That hole always feels great to get the deuce on.
Yeah, there's definitely a few long par threes on the links that make this a tough course. It also has a lot in that kind of 250 to 300 range that you really want to get. So a lot of birdies to get. Not always easy, though.
Yeah, you're right. You have to be putting well, in my opinion, to put together a good round here. Some courses you can get away with missing a putt or two, but on this course, you have to be putting well.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a feeling Paul's going to show us just that right here.
Yeah, he smells a little blood here. Louis missed a putt, got a chance to get a stroke back. Again, he's a very methodical player, takes his time.
Yeah, I know some players will pretty much never step off their disc or their lie. Or
Yeah.
Paul has to just collect himself sometimes, and he just wasn't feeling it on the first go around. So step off, come back, and clearly it works for him.
Yeah, he didn't go back up there and take another 30 seconds. Just caught his breath, went back up there, collected himself 5-10 seconds, and that's all the difference. It doesn't take a ton of time.
Man, I gotta say I do love his polo too. Shout out to Team In over there. That's
Isn't that one of those Savage? Isn't that one of the Savage disc golf apparel shirts? I believe.
Yep.
It's just one of the Savage 7, right?
Yeah, I think so. Doing a little left side there, but stuck it. It's good.
Louis Mitch tapping in their pars. Both of them really wanted that. Had good putts, just didn't connect.
Such good follow through too. He has whips all the way around, and bringing it to within one. But Mitch and Shasta both not far behind at all.
Oh, they've really tightened it up here.
Right, hole 13 here. Another par 4 on this course. 666 feet. You want your first shot to be pushing forward. You really can't be right. Missing left is a better miss because the trees get pretty thick, and then you have a green where you can kind of attack the green a little bit with an uphill on the backside of it.
Yeah, there's the next hole after this comes back, and I'm even trying to kind of get by that lone tree out there on the left. Just gives you a better angle into the hole. Nothing to mess around with the tree line on this right side here, which can be a lot of trouble. And Shasta getting a little close, but I think he's going to fight out. Yep.
Yeah.
But again, makes that angle tough into the green now, especially if you don't have a forehand. It's a really tough backhand shot.
Yeah, and missing left is easier to access that green, and you kind of know you have a good shot when you get up. There's a golf green, probably about 200 feet short of the basket, and that's when you know you've had a pretty good drive. Is when you can get to that golf green up there. where Paul, I have a feeling, may be aiming for.
Yeah, I'd like to see one of these guys get onto that golf green because it's really not a ton of work from there if you get all the way up that far. He puts a lot of angle on this. Looks like it's fighting now. It's not quite in time, though. But I don't believe he got all the way to the tree line. Should have something to work with to get up and down from.
You know, what a beautiful day. Not too much wind. This course can get very windy as well. And there was a little bit of wind, but for preserve standards, it was a calm day.
Good looking shot here from Louis. It's flexing out. Again, he's throwing the disc very well today. And Ed is on that golf green we talked about. And not much work from there.
Yeah, that's prime time. Couldn't even put it in a better spot. Mitch has that power as well. Love to see him get to that golf green.
He's probably a little upset off that last putt. He's going to rip into this. Yeah, pretty close there, right center cut. Yeah. Let's go, Mitch.
We were nodding back here, too, like, yep, that's a good shot. Paul throwing that flippy mid-range that he has pulled out a few times as well.
This isn't the most difficult par 4 in the course. You do want to give yourself a chance at this. He throws a great angle. Let's see what this distance looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That will do. What a great shot. Shasta pulling out that forehand.
Like you said, he's a pretty good forehand player. Not a ton of distance from here. Maybe 275 to 300.
Yeah, I like Shasta's forehand. That was really smooth. Left it a little bit wide.
Yeah, you need a little bit of height on it to get to work a little more left to right.
Oh, there I am. I mean, a little cameo in the background there.
Oh, dang it.
Thanks, Mitch, for not saying any profanity on camera.
Hey,
we really appreciate it.
I like fudge.
Fudge is good.
Yeah, you know.
All day long.
Mm-hmm. I think I talked to Mitch, before he threw that shot, and he's like, yeah, my game's feeling good right now, and he's in attack mode, so. Yeah. Louis threw a mid-range just to the basket. So easy from there.
It also looks like a zone, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, Mitch, again, not happy with that upshot, but he's got all the confidence in the world when he comes to these jump putts.
Ooh, yeah, Mitch.
Solid.
That was sweet. Because he had to keep it a little low, too, because of those hangers on the left.
Yeah, that was very direct for the way Mitch putts. Wobble, 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 wobble.
Man, Mitch has got to be just like one of the top 5 jump putters in the game. It's so cool, and I feel like every time we commentate with him, he's always hitting some jump putts.
Yep, and his game's been really solid lately. Can't wait to see what the ratings do for him this next update.
Yeah, I'd like to see him in the quadruple digits. That'd be really cool.
Get those quads up.
Yep.
Shasta, same thing, left it left. I don't know if he's quite outside the circle. I believe he's on the circle's edge. Got a little branch on his head there.
Yeah, looks like he hit his head.
And his putt's been looking really good last few holes. Just missed left. That's where he's missed less than a couple of the ones that he has missed for sure.
Coming out just a little bit early. He's got that hyzer putt, so he's got to aim a little bit right, where some people like to keep the disc on the basket the whole way. Paul with a great upshot from where he was. He had the shortest drive of the group and played that flippy mid-range right into that hillside and gets the birdie.
Yep, didn't want to give one back to Louis. Knew he was in good positioning.
Man, this is such a battle on this card. It's so cool to see everybody scoring and going at it.
Yeah, and they're shooting some hot golf here too.
Yeah, nobody on this card is playing poorly, I guess. It's maybe not up to their standard, but they're all shooting so well, putting on a putting clinic, and we got a battle.
Mitch ripping with my BK hat on. Appreciate the support, bro.
Shout out to Ben Kroll.
Let's go.
And as you can see, 6'7", 9'10".
My name's Scott Matheson, and I'm a calisthenics athlete. I train with rubber bandits because they improve my strength, my stability, my flexibility, and I can take them anywhere. It's all about training smarter with natural movement. What I love best about rubber bandits is seeing noticeable gains in my physique and my athletic performance. It helped me progress from assisted movements to freestyle flow. Exercise your freedom and join me in the Rubberlution.
Again, thank you to Rubber Bandits for the support of the coverage, the sponsorship. Again, this would not happen without these guys. As we come into hole 14, 312 feet, a very fun-looking shot. I just like the look of this shot. You got your tunnel shot, but there's plenty of open space, so you can throw a lot of different types of angles into this. I think the forehand play for a righty player is probably the best little flex shot that comes back into the green. But I like just throwing that kind of straight mid at it. Hyzer flip right into it. You can see Paul also likes that shot, I guess.
Yeah, he's been throwing that disc a lot today.
Mm-hmm. And he swings it nice and wide.
Yeah.
That's where the most airspace is between trees, and Mitch confirms that as well.
Yeah, I love hearing. You can always distinct Mitch's voice out. Yes.
And I think this is the play here if you have it. I think this keeps you out of trouble, gives you a putt every time. Let's see if Louis can't get a little ace run here. Ooh.
Oh, no skip, but just parked it.
Yep. God, Paul and Louis just going back and forth. It's really fun to watch right now.
No kidding.
Mitch M2. He's been throwing this disc well today. We've talked about it. A little bit of height. It's going to fade out a little at the end, but well within his range.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have to give himself a jump putt every single hole.
I know. It's almost, he's showing off at this point, Ben.
I guess if it works, it works. What do you do?
Yeah. Mitch is just showing off. He's like, you know what? I'm going to show you how great of a jump putter I am.
Yeah, I think we've seen this green disc from Shasta already. I believe it's one of his aftershocks. Slightly stable mid-range. It's going to fight back a little bit here at the end.
Wow.
And those are 4 great drives.
That is such a tough shot to hit because you have to control that angle so well.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if Mitch can't put this in. I think if he does, we're looking at another star frame, guys.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, you can really see him reaching at the basket. He's giving that full extension. I think he knows he wasn't quite committing those early putts he's had. Yeah, buddy.
Just a little kiss.
Yeah. Dead center, too. Paul with the love.
All smiles, too. Everybody wants everybody to shoot so well. It's awesome to see, these feature cards. Everybody's happy. People are putting well.
Yeah. Can only imagine these guys are all encouraging each other throughout this entire round. All fun guys to play with. Paul might have to reach around this tree a little bit, maybe a straddle putt to do so.
Being six, some odd feet, it's probably pretty easy for him to straddle putt around something.
Mm-hmm. Again, it looks like he is changing that straddle putt. Again, walked off, didn't like the way it looked, reset himself, and smashed the putt.
Good ball.
Again, these guys are put on the clinic.
Yeah, it's crazy to see these guys do this to this course.
Yeah, this course is not that easy. It's hard to get into the double digits out here, just because you have 400-foot holes.
Yeah,
birdie hole or par 3 holes.
Yeah, and some of the par 3s are over 400 feet.
Yeah,
and that's at the edge of my distance, and so it's these guys are making it look a little too easy almost. Jeez.
Again, very good forehand there from Louis. Still has the lead here, 11 down through 14 holes
Yeah.
with a bogey.
He doesn't have many pars, that's for sure. Holy cow. Shout out to Birdie. Couldn't do it without you guys. Thank you so much. Hole 15. Speaking of those par 3 400 footers, this is one of the most difficult par 3s on the course, I believe, because the green is on a golf green, so your disc is going to travel really fast, and if you go too deep, you're in that bunker, which is hard to get good footing in. It's like putting in snow almost.
Yep, and the whole back side of this hole and the right side of that green is all downhill if you go too far or too far to the right, and then you can't even see the hole from down there either. So again, you're usually having to throw a high-speed disc here to get to this hole as well. Again, Paul taking his time. He knows that Louis got him by 1, and he wants to try to keep the pressure on him. That looks absolutely beautiful.
Oh my. Oh my.
It just gets there. It doesn't come out super hot, doesn't come out with a ton of velocity per se, but it just gets there.
Yeah, I don't know if that was maybe a really beat-in old stable disc, but to have it just go so slow into the green like that, or maybe it was like a leopard or something as well.
You can see it being like a Wraith or something, a little bit of speed, but that control driver speed.
Ooh.
Louis little flip up. He's gonna finish a little left, but he gave that a run.
Louis, he's running the aces out here. He's feeling his game. He's feeling good.
Yeah, that's a hard hole to go long of.
Yeah. But he is in that bunker. That makes the putt a little bit difficult to putt out of.
Mitch wanted to keep up with these guys. Looks like he left a little high left. Again, jump range. Jump putt range for sure.
Yeah, in Mitch's range. You just have to control the angle really, really well on this hole because of how fast that golf green is. Hopefully Shasta can learn from Mitch there and get the disc over a little bit.
He gets that tilt he wants, and that looks perfect as well.
Yeah.
Good shot, Shasta.
Oh, yeah, still, that's fine. If you just squeak into that bunker there, you're still sitting at about 20 feet.
Again, very good grouping from these guys. Mitch probably about 65 feet or so, but he's been warming this thing up.
Yeah, it's quite a long jump putt there.
No matter where you're at on this course, there's some wildlife somewhere, as you can hear it in the background.
They seem to like to do it when Louis putting.
Yeah. Birdie? Ah. You can tell he wanted that. Uncomfortable putt, though. His back foot was a little higher than he wanted to. Maybe got on his front foot, got the disc a little lower.
Yeah.
That's all it takes sometimes, just angles.
And when you push off on that back foot in sand like this, you can feel it slide just a little bit. Shasta says, I don't care.
Put it in anyways. Great birdie. Again, long hole.
Paul with a bit of an awkward stance.
He might be trying to negate some of that slip by taking the straddle.
Oh, nice. He's got his head held high. He's like, yeah. There's no pictures on the scorecards.
Throw it up. He's had a couple that have hit that left side, but I think just the way he putts, he kind of gets that flat, straight putt going. There's not a ton of highs or angle on that disc when it's hitting that left side, though.
Yeah, he has the kind of putt that he won't be 3-putting very often, or 4-putting, or whatever. You know, he keeps the disc close to the basket when he misses, and
good at controlling the angle.
yeah.
Shasta giving it his all. Great drive, great putt.
We are locked up at the top, but Mitch and Shasta
Also locked up.
right behind them with a lot of golf left.
Yeah, there's three holes left here on the links, and some birdie opportunities for these guys. As here we are, hole 16, 328 feet. Again, that dried up creek on the left side. There's no water in there, I believe, right now. So again, it's not OB. If you go a little too long, a little too far right, a lot of thorns that are on that tree line. You do not want to be in there. So these guys all expect to get this hole, though. Wide open, 330, throw your hyzer disc.
Yeah, I was actually pretty surprised. People always talked about those thorns, and luckily I didn't land in there, but I went and checked it out, and it's all thorns.
It is nasty.
Yeah.
I think I got in there once. I am never doing it again.
You're missing left. You're missing left.
Yeah, I'll take the OB stroke.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty routine hyzer for these guys. It's wide open. And like you said, though, you do come into some danger if you do go a little deep or a little right.
And sometimes just that mental aspect. It's wide open. I got to get this hole. You put pressure on yourself. You don't always need to.
Yeah, and
good line there. These guys are going for ace runs. They don't even care about birdies.
Yeah, I was talking to Ryan Sheldon, actually, and he was saying that for him, these are the most difficult holes. Wide open, nothing's out there. Like, you should just feel it, you know the distance. But he says he struggles on these, and I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I don't always play the preserve to the best of my ability either. I think part of it is because I love throwing through the woods. Again, 3 shots in a row, pretty much on the pole there. But yeah, I like throwing through lines, and sometimes it takes that extra focus to hit the shot you want. But again, you're out here playing disc golf. It doesn't matter. You hit the shot, you play in the course.
Yeah.
And this is a beautiful course to play. Mitch a little wide here. Didn't like the release, but
should
get over there to maybe 30 feet, but that was a nasty little kick straight.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping for him to get that little hyzer cut to the left, or hyzer skip, I should say. But in Mitch's range, straddling out, and I think he's into those thorns a little bit, so he's trying to avoid them at all costs.
Yeah, you can see he's really trying to reach out. Doesn't want any part of those thorns. It's just, like I said, an unfortunate little kick straight. It's weird.
Yeah, that was very interesting.
Let's get it going here, Mitch. Let's finish strong. Again, I'd much rather miss there than miss cage. I think he agrees. And these other 3 should just be tapping out. It's abuse.
Yeah, it is tough to be in Mitch's position there. You see all of these guys parked up, and then you take the lone par.
Yeah, it looked like he even might have slipped on the tee pad. He didn't look very happy. He was looking on the ground.
Yeah.
Not what you need when you have a wide open hole and everybody else is underneath the basket.
And heck, maybe the key is to bring an umbrella and stay cool that way, you know? Paul's hitting some birdies. You got the umbrella rocking. I like it.
Yep. And Louie and Paul are going to stay gridlocked here. And I'm excited to see these guys play into the next round. I'm assuming at least Louie and Paul should be able to make our second round coverage with how well they're playing. We'll have to see if Mitch and Shasta can finish strong and join them here.
Yeah, that would be so cool to see. Look, he's sharing his umbrella. He's 6'3" or whatever, you know, and he's a nice guy. He's got the umbrella for everybody.
Yeah.
And 12 down.
Again, these are some hot scores.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure what the course record is. I believe it's around 14, maybe.
Yeah, I believe so.
So these guys have a chance here.
Hole 17, 330 feet. You finally get to some woods golf here, Ben. You know, you got to get the disc flat for just a little while and then hyzering on a backhand. Not much of a forehand play on this hole, but it is tricky. It's a bit of a tunnel hole all the way through, and there's some trees towards the end at about 300 feet that you got to beat to be able to get parked up.
Yep, there's a Mando here that forces you down this lane.
That's right.
Very tough lefty hole. I mean, it suits a backhand very well. Throw that stable, flat. I throw a fairway driver just because I get that extra finish towards the hole, but you can get away with the mid-range as well. And not too difficult to give yourself a 30-footer. Kind of tough to park the hole, though.
I remember I saw that shot.
He found a way.
Yeah, I was on 18's tee pad looking back, and I saw that, and I was like, wow.
Yeah,
that
he
got
gave
through.
himself a putt. That could have been very bad.
Mm-hmm.
Shasta, I think we've seen him throw this green one already today a few times again.
Ooh, I think he went right side as well through that tree.
Yeah, but I do feel like he kept his disc in the fairway a little bit better than Paul's.
Yeah.
Either way, both those guys have that kind of circle's edge to about 40, 45 feet. Louis wants to cozy this one up after seeing Paul miss a little. It looked like he just let go of it a little bit.
Yeah.
Timing maybe was off.
A little inside. Those are those trees you got to beat, though, towards the end to be able to be parked up. And I bet Mitch is wanting this birdie after seeing those drives.
No, don't flip up.
And same thing as Mitch and Paul. Shasta and Paul just kind of got that straight flip up. Didn't get the finish back towards the hole.
Yeah, I thought it was kicking. I thought it was kicking it.
Louis is trying to get up and down. Not in position at all.
Oh.
It's plenty inside his range.
That was kind of a nasty little roll.
It was. He didn't deserve that.
Yeah. You can put yourself 10 feet closer if you want to, Louis. We won't tell anyone.
Again, all three of these guys sneaking away with looks at this hole.
Yeah.
Solid, man. I mean, his putt this last half of the ground has been so good.
Nice putt, Shasta.
See if Mitch can't follow suit. A little bit closer. He's going to walk it off, see if he's outside. You can bet your bottom dollar that he's jumping if he's outside the circle.
Does he use the same putter for jump putts that he does for regular putts, do you know?
Ooh.
Or is it the same all around?
I want to say it's the same.
Is it?
I want to say it's the same. I do like to change up my putt a little bit. I have one that's a couple grams lighter for my jumper. Try to get that extra glide. I want to say Mitch uses the same disc.
Just a little low left there. And Paul, I remember looking back at this, and he looked at both the straddles,
And he hits both trees. One wasn't good enough. You wanted to hit both the trees that were there.
Yeah, he was looking at both straddles on left, on right, and he kind of shook his head and went for that up the gut gap because he couldn't stretch out. Being that tall, if he could, he would.
Yeah, just never got comfortable on that look.
Paul needing this putt now, though.
Yeah, probably about 20 feet. Not too long, but gets the nerves going towards the end of the round, especially.
For the patience. Damn, I wanted to hit that tree putt.
Louis looking to clean up that par. Yep. Can't even see his disc in the bottom of the basket. Yellow on yellow. You were right on the earlier coverage.
Yeah, it looks exactly the same.
Mm-hmm. Here you can see Shasta's drive. It's still a battle. Holy cow.
Shasta sneaking up there within a couple strokes of Paul and Louis here. Mitch falling off a little bit at 8 down is still a very good round. Hopefully get his birdie here to finish on this very difficult hole 18. God, this has to be one of the toughest finishing par 4s I've seen on the course. This is so tight. We got a couple Mando signs on the left. You gotta keep this disc straight. Anything right or left puts you in a position that makes it very difficult to get up and down. And that last finishing portion of the hole is very tight with some low limbs. Again, very difficult par 4 to finish on. Can get in a lot of trouble on this hole very quick.
And what a lot of people also don't see is the amount of time these guys had to wait on hole 18. I think there was, a 2 or 3 card backup on it?
And that is 100% because of the difficulty of this hole.
Correct. Yes. Oh, yeah. The hole, this hole is so tough. If you get a par, it feels like a birdie.
Yep.
It's very difficult.
Yep. And as we saw, Fairmont Disc Golf Club sponsoring this final hole of our round 1 coverage of the Earth Day at the Preserve. Fairmont Disc Golf Club and Trevor Boney has been a huge driving force in getting the hard drive back, trying to restore it back from a few rounds of coverage that Parsave had. Good news, we're hearing good news though overall, and we're hoping to get that hard drive here soon, and hopefully everything has been restored. That is what we're hearing. So
yeah,
hopefully we'll be giving you guys some round coverage here soon.
They said it did look promising, so that's good to hear, and it sounds like it's going to be good to go. So yeah. I'm excited.
And that is a huge thanks to all of you guys, supporters.
Yeah.
Sorry, Paul, I was talking during your shot. You threw an amazing shot.
Yeah.
That was straight the entire way. That was a bomb.
Probably one of the best shots I've honestly ever seen on this hole.
Yes, he is not going to have a ton, maybe 150 feet to 175 feet of distance left, but very tight finishing. And Louis said, you know what, Paul? I think I can do that too. Those are some great shots back to back. Let's see if Mitch can't do that as well too.
Takes such control.
Yep. But as we were saying again, thank you guys as well too, all you supporters, anyone who threw down to reach that goal of $3,000. It's all because of you guys that we're gonna get this coverage back. We're all gonna be able to enjoy that coverage together.
Yeah, thank you guys so much from the bottom of our hearts. Ben and I wouldn't be able to be here doing what we're doing right now if it wasn't for you guys, and we appreciate it so much, and we're so excited to get more coverage out there for you guys.
Yeah, Mitch got a little kick to the right, not very favorable. I think he still might have something here, but he is in the bushes on that right side. And he was past the Mando already, it looks like. Was just trying to get out into the open here.
Yeah, that's a really smart play. That's a heads-up play by Mitch, honestly.
Yeah, and he doesn't throw forehands. He throws thumbers. That's what he do.
Oh my God!
Beautiful X1 thumber there.
Wow, that is impressive, Mitch. Great shot.
Shasta getting all the way up the fairway, but finishing left. He gives himself a shot here on the outside of these trees, but I don't think he's going to have a very good look there for his birdie. Very easy a par save though, and that should be just fine if he doesn't hit that putt. Louis wants to put some pressure on Paul.
Yeah, he had some focus going on his face there.
Yep, yeah. He knew it, and that is a great shot. Putting all the pressure now on Paul to do something similar here.
And there's that blue mid-range that he keeps throwing that he is just filleting lines with.
Yeah, I believe that's a Discmania stamp. It's hard to tell, though. Could just be a Team Nova stamp as well. And gives it the height. And I think he hit some of those limbs, but he should have maybe 30, 40 feet left.
Yeah. Yeah, and having a look for a 3, even from that distance, it feels like a win.
Yep. And you can bet Shasta's going to give us a chance, but long putt here, 70 feet or so.
And it does finish a little downhill past the basket from where Shasta is. So right now Louis putting uphill just slightly.
Maybe Paul got up a little closer than we thought.
Yeah.
The ankle's weird. Great round, Louis. 13 down. Very solid.
Wow.
And I think Paul here is going to match him with that birdie and the 13 down.
1,300. And Louis took a bogey.
Yep.
Louis took a bogey. Wow, wonderful play by everybody on this card. You know, even Shasta and Mitch just shredded this course.
Yep. We saw a lot of birdies. We'll probably see a lot more birdies on this second round coverage as well, too.
Now, that's what I like about these courses is they're attackable. You know, if you're feeling your game, you can attack, you can be aggressive, and it favors that. You know, it's really cool to watch these top pros do that on these courses. You know, it's cool to see them attack.
And like you said, it takes a lot of putts, long putts. Got to be on that day if you want to be scoring well.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this back half of the links for the Earth Day 2020. We are so excited to bring you guys the coverage for the next round on the Timberwolf. 13-13 and a 10. Amazing stuff by these guys. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, make sure you guys check it out. Round 2 coverage coming back with Ben Kroll here.
Derek Sahr signing off. Thank you guys.
Appreciate it.